Given the clear apprehension of bias at this point, we are going to be asking for Mr. Johnson to step aside as Special Rapporteur.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Pleb. Today's story will probably be good news to you frustrated Canadians who absolutely hate the Liberal and NDP coalition, which is currently screwing over Canadians. Yes, tomorrow in the House of Commons, Jagmeet will bring a vote forward whether to get rid of David Johnston as the special rapporteur, Justin Trudeau's ski buddy, who is investigating Chinese interference in our elections. Will Jagmeet finally grow a spine? Sit back, let's find out in tonight's story. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start tonight's story, could I please ask you to please subscribe to my channel? Bill C11's here, which means Justin Trudeau is controlling YouTube. He's controlling the algorithm. And the only real way to combat this is to subscribe to my channel and put post notifications on so you don't miss when my video goes out. Please, don't let Justin Trudeau decide what you see on YouTube. You decide, subscribe to my channel, and let's start the story. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's story will start with Pierre Poilievre doing what he does best, putting pressure on Jagmeet Singh, putting pressure on Justin Trudeau, and holding them to account. Real, actual opposition. We love Pierre Poilievre at this channel because he does things like this. Ladies and gentlemen, let's pull up the clip. Pierre Poilievre is demanding Jagmeet have a spine so we can get a real investigation into this Chinese interference. Here's what Pierre Poilievre has to say. We'll roll the Jagmeet clip after. Let's start with Pierre.
I refuse to be silenced, Mr. Speaker. Unlike other members of the government, given the tradition in this place is that opposition members can pose questions to any member of the government. So my question is to the leader of the NDP. He has said that he wants a public inquiry. Well, now's the time for him to prove it.
Let's go.
Will the member leading the NDP state clearly now that either the government calls a public inquiry or he breaks off his coalition?
Ladies and gentlemen, Pierre is doing what Pierre does best, putting the pressure on. He has been Justin Trudeau's biggest nightmare since becoming leader of the opposition. He seems to get things done, and he holds this government to account in a spectacular fashion. You got to give it up for Pierre Poilievre. He is doing a good job. Well, Pierre put the pressure on Jagmeet, and Jagmeet Singh had a response here for Pierre. Let's roll the clip together. All right, let's see how Jagmeet Singh responded to Pierre Poilievre's pressure. Man, Pierre Poilievre's a pit bull. Let's see what Jagmeet had to say here, ladies and gentlemen.
So we've tabled a motion, an opposition motion, which will be presented tomorrow, debated tomorrow in the House. And in that motion, we're asking for two concrete things. First of all, given the clear apprehension of bias at this point, we are going to be asking for Mr. Johnson to step aside as Special Rapporteur.
Oh, a clear bias. And you're going to ask Mr. Johnson to step aside as a rapporteur. Is Jagmeet growing a spine, ladies and gentlemen? Is it finally happening?
I've been very clear in not attacking Mr. Johnson personally, and I maintain that. But given the clear appearance of bias, given the mounting appearance of bias, and particularly given the track record or the donating record of the chief counsel that he engaged to do his work, Ms. Sheila Block, it is very clear that the appearance of bias is so high that it erodes the work that the Special Rapporteur can do. And that's why in our motion we'll be calling for the House to vote on Mr. Johnson stepping aside as a Special Rapporteur in order to go about this process in a way that does reinstill confidence in our electoral system and in the process. We'll also be again calling for a public inquiry. It has been our position. We forced a vote on it in the House before, and we'll be forcing a vote again on it. We believe a public inquiry, the rigor and the scrutiny of a public inquiry is the only path to reinstill confidence in our electoral system, to ensure that we are doing everything possible to let Canadians know that this is something we take seriously and that steps will be taken to reinforce our democracy from any foreign interference.
Oh, really? You're not just now seeing the bias, Jagmeet. You're just now seeing the bias that David Johnston was buddies with Trudeau's father. David Johnston was the Trudeau Foundation. Are you kidding me? They're cottage buddies with the Trudeaus. They went skiing together. Now you're just seeing the bias? Now you're just waking up? Or is it because the polls are so absolutely terrible for you right now, Jagmeet? Huh? Canadians are fed up with you being a spineless coward. It's time for you to step up and actually do something. Hopefully, this is the first step towards you fixing your destroyed image. All credibility you've lost, saying yes to Justin Trudeau, pretending like you are Justin Trudeau's opposition, but you just go along with everything he does. Ladies and gentlemen, is Jagmeet Singh finally showing a spine? Is this fake? I don't know. How about we go to Twitter and see what they think of Jagmeet's clip here, ladies and gentlemen. Our first tweet here comes from Ann Roll, friend of the pleb here, saying, took him long enough. Polls must be bad, or Trudeau told him to pound sand. I think the polls are really bad. I think there's a political opportunity for Jagmeet Singh here. Jagmeet Singh would not be doing this out of the kindness of his heart. We need to figure out, is it the polls? That's a good point, Ann. Is it the polls, or is this an FU to Trudeau? But we all know Jagmeet Singh wants his pension before 2025. He has to hold on for the pension. So, man, imagine selling your country out for a pension. This guy makes me sick. Next comment comes from John saying, Singh says one thing one day and does the opposite the next. Yeah, this is why I'm I'm holding out hope here. I'm not completely optimistic. This could end the coalition. We could get a non-confidence vote, but you know, Jagmeet's been a coward for the last couple of years. Why would he change now? I don't know. Let's remain hopeful, y'all. Let's remain hopeful. This is the end of the Trudeau regime. Trudeau's down in the polls. It's going down in flames for Justin Trudeau. Hopefully, Jagmeet is a piranha here and jumps at the opportunity to seize more power. Our next tweet here comes from Cindy saying, Jagmeet, do the right thing, non-confidence vote. And we have a couple of quote tweets here from the clip from Jagmeet. James McLennan saying, cracks are beginning to form. I agree with you 100%, James. You're starting to see the cracks form. You're seeing the polls turn really, really badly. And you know what? This all started at the start of the Freedom Convoy. Trudeau's approval rating has been in free fall since the Freedom Convoy. So for everyone who comes out and says to me, oh, you know, the convoy accomplished nothing. Well, first of all, it made Justin Trudeau one of the most hated leaders on the world stage. It sent his approval rating into the toilet. Hasn't been able to recover since the Freedom Convoy. So you're telling me it wasn't successful? And it woke up a lot of people around the world. So yeah, it was successful. Anyways, I'm ranting. Next tweet comes from Roman Baber saying, oh, please, you're bluffing the Jagmeet Singh. If you're that concerned with the legitimacy of our elections, you'd frame your motion as a motion of confidence. Let's see it. Exactly. He talks a big game. We'll see tomorrow. But yes, if he actually had a spine, he'd call a non-confidence vote and we go to an election and Pierre Poilievre would be the new Prime Minister of Canada. I think that's what they're trying to hold off. They're scared. Pierre's the next PM, guys. I'm telling you. Bruce here saying, call for a no confidence vote in criminal investigation. Agreed. Our last tweet here from Alexander. If this guy actually had a backbone, he'd vote for a non-confidence as soon as he gets back into the House of Commons. Yes, if he had a spine, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to ask you guys here a question. Do you think Jagmeet Singh will do the right thing for Canada and call a non-confidence vote? Or do you think that Jagmeet Singh is holding off for that sweet, sweet pension in 2025? I believe he's still holding off for the pension. The man has shown no integrity in the last year or two since I've been following him closely. I have seen no integrity from this man. So I'm not going to hold my breath hoping that he's going to do the right thing. But guys, do you think that this could end the coalition? Do you think Justin Trudeau really did tell him to kick rocks? and now Jagmeet has to fight back and stand up for himself. How about you guys let me know in the comments if you appreciate this type of content, guys. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It helps a lot. We're about to hit 20K, by the way. I'm wild. Thank you guys for the love and support. I will see you guys at the next video. Peace.